Hey, here comes Santa Claus.
Here comes Santa Claus, here comes Santa.
Hi there! Today I want to share with you what I made for the adults for our family Christmas for their table favors. And it's a package that looks like this. Inside the package I just made some homemade bark, which is white chocolate and white Oreo cookies. And then on the back side I have a spot for a Tim Hortons gift card. So this is really quickly how I made their package. And what we're going to do, so I'll show you step by step how I did this. So I started with a 4 1/4 by 11-inch piece of craft cardstock, and now I'm going to score this for you at 5 inches. So to do that, I'm going to come over here to the 5-inch line, and you'll notice it's not up here. Oops, on the cutter you can't see it, but this line here is 5 inches. So I'm going to score up 5 inches from each direction, or you could do 5 and 6. So I've got 5, got 5. Till it's Christmas holidays, you can hear my kids in the background. And then that's going to make the little base for my package on those score lines. The other thing I'm going to score here for you is the top notes die. So what we're going to do is fold this over top of our package. So what I do is I line up this point here and this point here in the center of my track, and then I just run the scoring blade down, and I've got myself my top note easily folded. So I've got my package, I've got my top note, and then this needs to be trimmed. So this is my decorative paper. You'll notice on this die there's a dotted line around the outside. So what I do is I kind of cheat. I take my die and I fold it in half, because my top note's folded in half over my header, and then I just cut all along the outside edge. Okay, so this is going to be the top of my package, and then my decorative piece is a scallop circle punch and chocolate chip. I've got a 1 3/8 circle punch in Bashful Blue, and then I stamped my snowflake here on craft and in the Close to Cocoa. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to just sponge the edge of my package. So to sponge, what I do is I just use our fun Stampin' Up! Sponges, tap it on the ink pad, and then I like to feather it down to get a nice soft look. So I just hold my paper up and I just drag it over that edge. So I've done most of the sides, but I'll just do the bottom pieces here. And now I've got my package ready to go. I have my back piece of decorative paper, which is 4 3/4 inches by 4 inches. And what I'm going to do for the gift card is use my word window punch. I'm going to push it up as far as I can possibly go, give it a punch, move it over, go as far as I can possibly go up this way, and then I've lined it up with the edge here, give it a punch, and now I've got myself my gift card. Now I want it to go this way because I want it to sit a little bit lower than it did on my last package. So I'm going to just give it a little extra cut there on each side, and I've got myself my back piece. Okay, so I'm going to apply that now to the back of my package. So I'm just going to apply my adhesive all the way around the outside edge. And actually I also do above the word window, so I've done it up here as well. I've applied adhesive, and I do that so it doesn't pull away when you're taking the gift card out. So I can apply that. Excellent, and you can see here that my gift card will slide in there nicely. Oops, there we go, I'll get that fixed. And then I'm going to do my front. So I'm going to paper pierce the front. So to paper pierce, what I'm going to do, using the matte pack, I like to line up the wider dots. So you can see here I've got this on my edge. I've got this black line on my matte pack here along the edge of my craft cardstock. And then I just seriously take the paper piercer and poke up every hole. And then you'll notice, of course, that it's not as long as my paper. So all I do is I shift my paper down. I line up a dot or two in the grid to make sure it fits. Make sure my black line here is lined up with the edge of my paper, and I just keep moving up. So as I finish paper piercing, I'll tell you my recipe, very simple for the bark, and I absolutely love it. It is 2 packages of the white chocolate Chip-Its. I don't know the exact size of the bag, but probably maybe 2 cups worth in each bag, so maybe about 4 cups of white chocolate Chip-Its. And then I use half of a big bag of Oreos, so probably something like 24 Oreos. And I crush those all up into a bowl, and then I boil a pot of water and stick another pot on top of it, so double boil method, using with the chocolate chips in it. Let them melt. Dump the Oreo cookies into the melted chocolate, stir it up, throw it on some wax paper, and I'm good to go. Okay, so you can see now that that's all paper pierced. And now I'm going to just attach my decorative layer here. So attach my scallop. I've used the medium-sized cellophane bags for this. So they fit actually the topper perfectly, but for this we're going to hide it inside the bag. So you can see my decorative feature. And now I've got my bag of bark. So I'm going to try and kind of lay it flat. And I'm actually just going to apply some adhesive along the top of my bag. I'm not going to worry about sealing it shut because it's going to fold over. So I'll fold that over. And now when I tape it down on the inside of my package, I'll tape this side down so it's like it's sealed. And then all I'm going to do actually is just put some adhesive on the inside, and I'm just going to lay this package flat. And some of that chocolate will settle to the bottom, but that's okay. So I've got that in my package now. So you can see that'll fold up nicely. To apply my top notes, what I find to be easiest is to apply it folded. If I do it before I crease and fold, I find sometimes the designer paper wants to tear a little bit. So I have my top note folded. I'm just going to put this other top note right on top, making sure I line up my points. After my points are lined up, I get my middle seam over top. Of course it doesn't want to cooperate. There we go. And then just give it a crease. And now I'm going to attach this piece to my back of my package. Make sure you take the gift card out. I've already stuck one on. And then the last step, and you'll notice that this fits 4 1/4 perfectly, right on that little indent, and right on that little indent, you've got yourself your package. And my last step is going to be using the small horizontal slot punch. I'm just going to come in here on the left side of my top notes. I'm going to punch one out here, and then just like we did with the word window, I'm going to punch about half of another one out there. And then I'll feed my ribbon through this slot and wrap this around my package, and I'll tie myself a bow. To tie myself a bow, I'll show you really quickly here. I keep everything flat, fold my chocolate chip ends through. So I've kept everything flat. I'm trying not to twist anything. I make my bow. I come down in front, and then again keeping it all flat, I pop this through, pull my end out, and you've got yourself a bow for your package. So, hope you like it. Hope you have time to make some of these maybe for Christmas or New Year's or a birthday coming up, and have yourself a great day. Thanks so much.
Hey, here comes Santa Claus.
Here comes Santa Claus, here comes Santa Claus, right down Santa Claus Lane. Vixen and Blitzen and all his reindeer pulling on the rein.